What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Dungeon Nytes. I am Knight, and here we are to bring you some Rime of the Frostmaiden inspired goodness for your weekly dose of D&D from us to you. Last time on our Monday night campaign, the party of adventurous students transported to Icewind Dale decided that they were going to follow up with the kind of head of the watch, the captain of the guard, if you will, and she sent them on a quest to ensure that they were trustworthy, to find a band of fishermen that got lost a little bit around the lake and hadn't been back for a few days. After some careful and very thoughtful investigation with some local fishermen, they determined that there was a spot that they might be going to. When they headed up to that spot, they were met with nothing but a boat, some evidence that a camp was there, some footsteps leading towards a cave, and a couple harpies. After actually quite a harrowing battle, there was one harpy down, one harpy fled for its life, and the crew a little banged up, a little bruised, none the worse for wear, and decided to follow some footsteps into an ice cave. Now, as Rip pointed out, it's important to understand that there are 3 entrances to this cave. One in the middle and one to the left, one to the right, or top, bottom, respectively. The group chose the middle. And for the first time as part of this campaign, we are going to be using a map. I'm very excited.
Maps are good.
It's very, very exciting.
It's the map,
so,
it's the map, it's the map, it's the map.
It is the map. So I'm going to actually go ahead and we're going to zoom in here.
You know that our names are all mixed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm not Poppy.
I'm not Dreyfar.
Pretty sure Gagan's not Estia, but like, I mean, we could try.
Something happened with... Hold on. Something happened with the
Pika.
stuff and things. That,
we could try to play as each other's characters. It would be interesting.
Something happened with the stuff and things. We will get this figured out here shortly. Okay. And here we go here. And there we go here. And here we go here.
This is like one of those sliding puzzles.
Yeah. I think I got it. Bam. Yeah. Yeah. See, I see the live, and you only see the preview. So I'm
just holding my breath, waiting. I trust.
In Zoom, we trust.
Nice.
Perfect.
That transition was smooth.
Isn't it?
Awesome.
It's just
how fun.
Is this whole move transition set? It's just so slick.
That is really cool.
It's so nice. I loves it. It's great. All right, but so the party has chosen the middle cave. It's cold. It's really cold. And as the afternoon continues to draw on and light begins to grow dim, the cave loses all light. Estia pulls out a lantern, provides Tika with a torch. Poppy and Dreythar are able to see somewhat, given their elf-given dark vision. But all you see around you is just walls of ice.
I think it's even colder in here than it was outside.
Do we venture in, or do we bed down for the night out here where at least there's no wind?
We should probably explore at least a little bit. We don't know what's living in here, if anything.
That's true. We should check a little bit further in just to make sure.
I've got nothing left if we run into anything. I'm running on empty.
Well, at least let's find a little bit of a better spot within the cave if we want to rest.
I think a quick rest somewhere, hopefully safe, would be good. I mean, or we could Do we still see the footprints? Did we go in the right direction?
As you entered the cave, the snow that betrayed the footprints is now melted into ice. You only saw that they brought them into this cave entrance, but not any further. Just trailing off, going further into the cave.
We could call for them, but we may end up calling for something else.
I'd rather we just walk on our own. If you're worried, just stay right behind me, Tika. We'll look out for you.
Okay, I'll stay behind you. Like I said, I don't have much left in me. So she'll go
We'll
ahead
try.
and
We'll
kinda
have to find the spot
huddle up.
pretty quickly. So Esty is
Okay,
gonna have her axe, like hold it right in front of her, and then also holding the lantern amazingly, and is gonna start heading down this path.
Okay.
Like, oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Are you all coming along?
yes.
Don't get too far ahead, Estia.
Yeah, you come to a fork in the cave.
Then let's go.
One heading north and one kind of going deeper into the cave.
Can we roll for maybe perception?
Sure.
Yeah, I'd like to I think Estia would stand at the branch and then try to hear if there's anything either side.
18.
Oh,
I nat 20. Or no, you did.
Nat
Sorry.
20.
I
Nice.
have. What did I get? What's my perception?
You got a
I get a 21.
I got a 13.
18.
As
The
you
dice are hot.
become aware of the deafening silence, you listen down each path. To the path to the north, you hear nothing but slight sounds of moaning and groaning, almost like the sound of wind, kind of just whistling off of things within the cave. Nothing unnatural, just eerie. Ahead of you, you kind of peek around. You get a glimpse of what looks like an icy bridge, but you hear nothing coming from that place.
So that bridge doesn't exactly look safe. Maybe north?
Yeah. Come on, Poppy.
Never enjoy a DM smile.
Come on, Poppy. We need to stay together. We don't know what we're about to face. Poppy
Will go ahead and in one hand she'll have the torch, and in the other she's holding her longsword again.
Okay.
As you move upwards into the northern cavern, you see nothing but 3 icy pillars extending around 20 feet into the air.
Oh, absolutely beautiful.
You can see exposed mineral deposits beneath the ice on the cave walls. Other than that, it's empty.
Should we bed down here for the night? It seems like there's not much as much wind coming in, and seems pretty empty.
Dratha, are you feeling like this is safe? This is a spot?
Why don't we go in and at least look around the other junctions a little bit, then come back here?
I just don't like how open this is. If we're gonna take turns like keeping lookout, I don't want to be in an area that there's so many entrances.
I agree.
That's valid.
If we did pick here, I would be more comfortable in the back where we could watch all the entrances.
But we don't know if there's another entrance at the back. You want to go check it out?
That's why we should go back in there. Yeah.
Okay.
As you inspect further around the cave, you see that the path itself leads around north, slightly winding as it does. As you look down the hallway, you can see that there is another fork.
All right. Well, we don't know how far this. Bye, Poppy. That's Tika. Tika, where are you going?
There's a fork over here. Should we continue on, or we can choose a path?
Didn't you say you wanted to bed down here? Like,
Tika, as you moved up to the fork in the road, you kind of peered down the right passage. And you saw that the forward passage or the northern passage seemed to kind of wind back around, and you begin to feel the wind again of the outside coming from that left path. The right path, as you peer in, you catch a glimpse of something on the walls, but hear nothing.
It looks like this left path might end up going back out. We definitely don't want to go that way. It's cold. But there seems to be something on the walls over here. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Do you want to inspect it? Or bed for the night?
well, you have me intrigued. What is it?
I don't know. I guess we'll move forward.
Tika, as you push further into the room, holding the torch high above your head, the light tickling the walls and casting small shadows that are actually a bit peaceful and reassuring amongst the dark. Your torch illuminates on the back wall what look like a series of stick figure drawings depicting people seemingly offering up things to a great owl.
Well, this is cool. Does anybody know anything about this? History or nature?
Could I do a history check to see if I know like what the great owl is? And
Sure.
That's gonna be +0, so 11.
So you look back at your notes from class about Icewind Dale. And at first nothing really dawns on you. But as you think back to the conversations that have been had around the Frostmaiden, you think that maybe this could be kind of old depictions of offerings made to the deity.
Let's see here. Is it okay? I'm going to try and do a history check too, because it is one of my strengths.
It wouldn't glean you more information than what ST got. Because everything you all know about Icewind Dale essentially is coming from your history class.
Okay.
Well, this looks like a better place if we're gonna try to camp out.
Agreed.
I'm happy to take first watch if you all need some rest.
I'd appreciate that.
So she's gonna walk over to like the entrance and just kind of prop herself up against the wall with her axe like across her lap.
Saw that, Drathar, you sneaky weaky. Be scouting. Don't be doing no free scouting.
I didn't see nothing.
I could have just made you roll initiative. You could have gotten
Go
yourself
for
a
it.
pickle.
Go for
He
it.
died.
Go for it.
Typical rogue.
A little rogue doing some roguey things.
Rogue.
I saw what you did
I mean,
there.
that
It's
sounds
totally fine.
exactly like what Hope would have done. I'm just saying.
It's fine. Drathar, as you were on your little scouting mission, you did confirm that there was another entrance. It seemed to be a bit elevated, similar to this entrance, a good 30 feet or so off of the ice of the frozen lake.
Good to know.
Tika's gonna find her little corner there, sort of near the entrance, in case she's needed. But sort of.
Hold on, before
hidden
you all go
behind
to
the corner.
sleep, who's taking second watch? Wonderful.
I can take second watch.
The last watch.
And Draythar's third.
Sure.
It's a plan. Oh, get some rest, you all. We've earned it.
You don't have to tell me twice. And Tika will pretty much just like plop on the ground. And
Are you
fall
taking a
asleep.
short rest or are you taking a long rest?
I think a long rest.
Okay.
It's close to nighttime.
Okay.
Yeah, I think long rest.
Oh,
Draythar?
God.
I'll follow your guys' lead as we freeze to death.
We're in a cave and we have warmth. Wait, should we have a fire?
Are you asleep right now?
She's already
you-
gone. She went to sleep.
Who's asking this question? So, I think, what time was it when they first came in the cave? Like, it was late afternoon?
Mm-hmm.
And the sun was, like, setting?
Mm-hmm.
So, during Estia's watch, would she maybe notice it getting really cold?
Mm-hmm.
And so she has a... she has a tinderbox, so she's going to decide to start a fire.
You guys were still talking. I didn't. That's why I wasn't proceeding with the nighttime scenario yet. If you guys are still planning, that's fine.
I mean, everybody else is asleep.
I love the realization though. Like, wait a minute, it's cold. Huh? About that.
Tika's a
So
thinker.
since Esty is the only one presumably awake at this time, she's going to start a fire using her tinderbox.
I'm getting hoof bite.
She's covered in fur.
Right.
No, as the day goes on, and how long are you sleeping for? That's another thing, because it's, if you're gonna do just an 8-hour long rest, that would put you in the middle of the night to wake up.
Yeah. Yep.
It's
I don't-
fine. I'm just making you aware.
Yeah. I think that's what's happening.
Okay.
Forget sleep pattern. It's just
No, it's totally fine. You guys are tired. So
Esty is
Drathar-
going to light the fire kind of in between where the other three are resting over here. Right there. And then she's going to kind of move over to tend the fire and also keep
Okay.
watch.
So what do you have in terms of fire materials around you, Estia?
I have a tinder box.
Mm-hmm. So that's good for starting fire.
And I have extra torches that I could burn if I needed to.
So you're in an ice cave with no fuel sources,
Uh-huh.
except for a
Wait, I
torch.
have oil from my lantern that I can use. And then I have flint. No, I have tinder in my tinder box, obviously.
Tinder is good for starting fire, but not for
Right.
sustaining fire.
She has like 10 torches. Well, 9.
Yeah. Can I
How
burn a
long-
couple of torches?
How long does a torch burn for?
But like, you're burning
an
the torch
hour?
instead of burning the torch.
Mhm.
So burn them all. And also, doesn't your lantern only last 6 hours?
Yeah,
Yes.
but she's not awake the whole time though.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah. Gosh.
So we're gonna have fun with this scenario. So just roll with this, okay?
It's where we all die.
It's fine.
Dude, we're all a bunch of college students. We ain't smart. At least TK is.
I think that Estia would use her extra torches to probably put 3 of them down and kind of like in a tent shape and put the tinder underneath and
Like
then
you
light
said.
it with the flint.
We'll role play. This will be fine. So, as you all bed down, based on where you're at in your little map, I'm gonna assume that you have all picked out little spots for yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
This is Icewind Dale. You all are at least in your snow gear, so that provides you a decent amount of internal warmth. The fact that you are out of direct wind means that you are cold, maybe uncomfortably so, but not so much that you're going to freeze to death.
Good.
At least
Glad to hear.
initially. So, bless you.
Bless you.
Estia,
Yes.
as you wear on with the watch and you see the sun going down, you become more aware of what is kind of going on in your immediate surroundings, listening for sounds, and I need a perception check from you.
um 20, a 19 plus 1.
Dang, let's go. So the first hour, Estia,
Mhm.
goes by pretty uneventful. The second hour, as you see more and more light dimming, you become more aware that the breath coming out of your mouth is growing more and more visible. Give me a survival check, please.
Hold on. 11.
11. So you become more aware of your body. You don't feel uncomfortably cold, but you do feel like your extremities are a little tougher to keep warm at this temperature.
Even with the fire?
We didn't do fire yet.
Oh,
I'm trying
So
to
I-
give you guys context so you guys can make a decision whether or not you
Gotcha.
want to burn torches or not. Because you don't know how big this cave is.
so I still think at this point, as soon as she realizes that it's going to be a cold night, but the rest of the group especially needs their rest. Thinking of Tika, poor little Tika. So she's going to just kind of rummage through her backpack and figure out what she can do by way of a fire. And that's when she's going to find out, thank goodness, I have a tinderbox. She's going to celebrate a little. She'll be like, yes, wonderful. And then she'll realize I don't actually have anything to fuel the fire. And so then she's going to kind of keep looking, and she's going to be like, mess kit, no, rash, no, rope. I have a shield, that's no good. And so then she's just going to find that she has these 9 wooden torches just sitting in her bag. So she's going to prop 3 of them up in a tent-like fashion and then light the tinder underneath them and hope that they catch fire and provide some warmth.
As you go to light them, initially you find it a little different to kind of light things in this way. It's not exactly what you're used to, but you do manage to get the tinder lit. And given the fact that the torches are all in your pack and it's dry wood that is meant to be burning in and of itself, and you can light one end of it that is certainly going to catch fire, you are very successful in making this small little fire. It emits a nice meager amount of warmth, and as you kind of bring your hands and feet kind of closer to it, you can feel the warmth kind of starting to radiate through you and on your face, and it's just this kind of little bit of comfort in a cold, icy cave.
So is the floor of the cave made out of ice as well?
Yeah, it's more of like a rock that is a little bit snowy, a little bit icy.
Okay. I think she's going to put her shield on the ground and then put her backpack on top of it and then sit on top of that instead of the icy ground.
Very nice. Nice little
It was
pack.
used as a sled before. Now she'll make a nice bed.
Perfect.
There we go.
All right, who's up next for watch?
I am
All right.
Poppy. Poppy's gonna just kind of wake up and see Estia sitting there. How was the first watch?
As she's gonna kind of snap her head up, definitely was not nodding off at all, and be like, "Well, Figured it was getting rather cold here, so it started a little fire. I don't have much to keep it going, though.
Oh. Oh dear. That's
This fire itself will probably only last another hour or two.
Let's see if I've got anything.
Would they have noticed any like trees or bushes outside of the cave, like when they were climbing up to it?
Nope.
I've got some torches that I can use too.
The nearest wood source is back across the frozen river. To where you were.
Excellent.
To where you fought the harpies.
Well, hopefully we just need to make it through one night at least.
Yeah. Here, let me pull out 3 torches and start the fire, or start those, and to keep the fire going.
All right. Well, keep yourself warm. I'm gonna get some rest.
Okay, sounds good.
Este's gonna fall back asleep.
And Poppy's just gonna sit on her backpack, look around, make sure everybody is sleeping, hopefully staying warm.
So Poppy, you're an elf, so you only need to meditate, correct? Or a half elf? Oh, you don't have meditation. Strathar's the elf with meditation.
Yeah, I'm only half elf.
Okay. So, Poppy, I need you to roll a perception check for me.
Okay. So that would be a 22.
Poppy, you kind of have a similar experience to Estia. In the first hour, you kind of get used to the sounds of the cave. You hear faint kind of whistling of wind every now and then, just being that you're kind of closer to that one entrance. You feel how every once in a while you get a little draft that kind of peeks into camp, and you're kind of thankful for the warmth of the fire. And as you add your torches towards the edge of watch, you hear a very faint that seems to go on for a few minutes and then stop.
Poppy's gonna kind of sit up and look around. Kind of have wide eyes, wondering what that noise is. Doesn't sound familiar. Poppy's kind of wondering when Drathar's watch is coming up. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, you make it through your watch just fine. It says you just kind of hear, for every once in a while, this kind of faint howling noise, kind of riding on the wind. But you don't seem to hear anything more, perceive anything else, and so it's Drathar's time to take watch.
Hey, Drathar.
Hi, Poppy.
I haven't heard anything like close, but every once in a while I've heard like a howling sound. Doesn't sound like anything imminent or close by, but I just wanted to let you know before I go rest some more.
Before you rest, when you say howling, can you describe it? Can you reenact it?
Is he a car repairman now?
It sounds like a howl, like almost, I don't know. It's not like a vampire penguin howl or
Does it sound like, I don't know, maybe a dog or
like
Tika
a
when she's not out when she's out of alcohol, or
No, it's nothing that dramatic. It's just sort of like off in the distance, like a wolf or dog type sound, dog type howl.
okay, I'll keep an eye and an ear out for it then. I should be up
Okay.
the rest of the night since I got my meditation in and I should be good.
Okay, sounds good.
Drathar, you notice that there's a fire where there had not been before when you started meditation.
Good to know someone decided to start a fire. How cold would it be feeling right now?
Drathar, you're kind of in a pocket at the back of the cave, and the fire has kind of been obviously away from you, so you're getting the benefit of kind of the insulation on that cave wall and all of that warmth kind of radiating in your direction, and you're blocked off from most everything else. So you are feeling quite cozy right now. You probably would have benefited, I would say the most maybe other than Tika, but probably just a little bit more since you're further away from the entrance of the cave.
Okay.
It feels freezing, but not terrible.
Does anyone in the party look like they're colder than the rest?
I would say, I mean, Estia seems to be sleeping rather soundly, but she's certainly kind of in her position. Is probably with her back towards the cave mouth entrance is probably the most susceptible to feeling those drafts.
I know it probably won't help much, but I will take the part of the skin that we got from the cat that we originally killed, and I'll just put that over her back for now, just to see if that can help at all. And then I'll start watch.
Perfect. Give me a perception check.
$21.
Wow, good rolls, fam. No,
Yes.
good. I mean,
Keep it up.
Fantastic. Good
Tika's
rolls, fam.
last, so
So,
Knock on wood, real quick.
well, Tika, you technically don't actually have to take a watch because Drathar can watch the rest of the night. So,
Oh.
Yeah, as an elf, I only need 4 hours.
right. So you three can literally sleep and he can keep watch. That's if you trust him.
I mean, at this point,
We
what
don't.
other choice do we have?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying. So, as the night goes on, Drathar, you kind of 1 hour, nothing but stillness. Hour 2, still fairly still. Hour 3, you begin to hear more howling. To you, it sounds concernably close, but also not. You can't quite pinpoint if it's the echo of the cave, if it's outside. It certainly doesn't sound inside, like the wind's definitely carrying it. But there seems to be something close. On top of that, in the kind of second/third hour of your watch, you become aware that it's getting a little colder, and you turn back to look at the fire and see that it's almost out.
And was it just one torch burning at that time?
There's a couple. I'm going to be nice and say that there's a couple torches, and they collectively take the time of all the torches to burn.
I think STS had 3 and I pulled out 3.
Correct.
Mhm.
I have
So you
any
see
wonder.
a pile of kind of cinders with a small amount of.
If somebody has a
wood
better idea of what to burn on their torches, like by all means. That's literally all I had.
Sadly, I literally have nothing I can burn.
wait, isn't like fat from well, I'm asleep, but I hear fat from animals burns really well.
It doesn't burn quite that long, but yeah, it burns.
Oh, okay. I don't know anything.
No.
That's
I mean, it certainly
hypoallergenic.
can in survival situations. If you were to soak something in a fat, you could, or if you were to wrap fat in some kind of cloth, it would burn. It typically burns a little bit more readily.
Right.
Yeah. But it can absolutely be an accelerant.
Kind of like a grease fire.
Yes, exactly.
But probably more, it's probably better for starting a fire, not necessarily for keeping one going.
Exactly.
Mm.
Or if you wanted to use it to maybe cook, so you have like a real hot fire, typically burns a little hotter than wood.
Did you say when I was looking around that I saw like the other northern exit or
Mhm.
just another path?
Yeah, you saw the kind of, if you were to look from the outside, it would be kind of the left path.
Can I stealth over there and just look outside to see if I can hear what's coming, like the howls better at all, to tell exactly where they are?
Sure.
I'll give you a stealth roll just to be sure.
Stealth isn't a verb.
Please
Can I
do.
stealth over there?
Oh, when you're a rogue, everything's a verb. Can I slink over there?
It is 2 when you're a rogue, dang it.
Begin slinkage.
9.
Well, currently you're going to schlep over to the cave entrance.
Yeah, real well.
Lots of schleppage. And as you get to the mouth of the cave entrance, you feel just truly how brutally cold it is outside. You get wind that kind of whips in and even kind of tunnels and funnels through that little cave kind of corridor. And this every step you take just becomes worse and worse and worse, to where when you really meet that, you're almost feeling windburn immediately on your face. But you bear it to listen for howling. And I want you to give me another perception check. And I'll let you take it
Awesome.
with advantage, since you bore the brunt of going outside.
Ooh.
And while I am listening, I also want to see if I can see anything nearby that might be able to help burn. Just something close by. I'll take the higher of the two, and it's +2 to each. So 15.
That one registered as 11. It kind of looks cocked to me, but
It registered as an 11.
okay, that's fine. So it's a 15. So, Drathar, you kind of listen intently. And you wait. And it takes another 30 minutes or so before you are able to hear that noise again. But it is louder, and you do hear a direction this time. You hear a very distinct "Woo!" And you hear a response far off in the distance. But the one that you heard seemed to be, if you're looking out of the cave mouth, to your kind of left. Or if we're using the directions, it'd be south of you from the map. And closer than you expected.
Would that be near where we entered the cave?
Could be.
I am going to run back towards the group, and since Tika probably has enough sleep by now to where this is what, the 7th hour?
Yep.
I'll at least go and kind of stir Tika awake. And I'll just kind of walk over to her and quietly just start kind of prodding her to try to wake her up.
You
Tika.
will be unsuccessful. 'Cause she will roll over and bury deeper into her blankets. Would that be still considered a long rest?
Yeah.
6
is
hours
long
of rest.
Okay. You will have to do more than that to wake Tika up after only 6 hours of sleep.
That would have been 7, but
Oh,
You want me to do more?
oh gosh.
I mean, if you want to wake her up, you will have to do more.
What is Tika sleeping on, if anything?
Her bedroll.
Are there any coals that look warm but not hot?
Oh, there's lots of those.
Most of the fire, actually.
At hour 7, that is actually most of the fire. There are some smoldering embers, but there's many pieces of wood that have kind of long since burned away. Warm to the touch, but not red hot.
I'll be nicer than that. I'll just grab her bedroll, and I am just going to yank as hard as I can.
And as you do this, she's going to sputter as she gets pretty much doused in the cold. As you know, her warm bedroll is pulled out, and she's gonna kind of like scramble to her feet and look around and figure out what happens. Grab her long sword, and she's going to see where her bedroll is. And with her long sword, she's going to point it out. Basically, have no idea what she's doing, and just point her long sword at Drathar. The heck was that? The heck? It's cold.
Well, unfortunately, ST is right in the middle of the two of them and trying to sleep. However, her maternal instincts are going to kick in, and she's going to get startled awake. She'll be like, what? Is something here? Are we in trouble?
Drathar's trouble.
Okay, I have a question
Is that
for you.
really it? If that was it, you couldn't let me sleep?
He didn't let me sleep.
Drathar, what's the problem? I'm already awake.
There's howling, and it's really rather close. So, figuring Tika got 7 hours of sleep, I decided to wake her up to see if she could help me at least try to be ready in case anything came. It's that, or I could just let her sleep. I tried to wake you up the nice way originally.
I don't wake up very easily.
Tika, you
Noted.
and
Tika takes
everyone-
first watch on the next time.
You and everyone are met with a very resounding, echoing "Woo!" The closest you've heard thus far. Back in our cave. You all have just been startled by the sound of howling. It sounds very close.
I have a
But
question.
given the echoing off the cave walls, you cannot determine the direction. Yep. Yes.
Would this constitute as a short rest?
No, this was a long rest.
Technically,
I mean, not for
Or-
all of us.
No. Oh, I suppose.
technically, it would be a short rest for you and Poppy because you were awoken before
Mhm.
your full rest.
Yeah, but it was like 5/6 of a rest. So that's close. It's like, it's basically it's closer to a full rest.
I'll do this just because I love when you guys roll and it makes it fun. I'll give you what was it? You need to make a DC of 5 to get a long rest.
Off of which die?
A D20.
Off of D20?
Yeah.
Easy. 19. The dice are so hot tonight.
Got a 12.
You both
My only roll tonight is 2.
you both are a little groggy, but you're feeling good. You got that long rest in. Make sure to click them long rest buttons on them character sheets.
So glad I asked.
I was
Okay,
just gonna
sorry to
give it you
interrupt.
anyway, but since you asked, I figured we might as well make it
Thank
exciting.
you.
I wasn't going to assume because it hadn't been 6 hours of rest. So
I know, I caught on that too, but still, it's fun. Now, don't you feel like you earned your rest? It's great. Back to the panic.
sorry.
Lots of howling. Actually, not lots of howling, just one big howl. Sounds close.
Can we get a reenactment?
Ooh.
That sounds incredibly close. What's the plan?
There's only one way out of this circle. Let's...
Are we going attack mode or defense mode?
Both?
I don't have an attack or defense mode.
Wonderful. So glad. Figured this out.
I mean, we should be prepared.
I've got my longsword from when I almost stabbed Drathar, so I'm prepared, I guess. Can I make that roll back?
All right, well, backs to the fire, I suppose, and everybody at the ready?
I'm ready. Drathar, are you ready?
Coming
we
down
wanna-
here.
Do we want to have our backs so we're stuck in here, or do we want to, possibly trap them in the hallway where they can't swarm us?
Agreed.
Warm, it's one howl.
You hear one howl. That doesn't mean it's one wolf or creature thing. I like the idea that we know the exit is one of these ways. Probably Drathar knows. And we could be in that general direction in case we need to do a little run that way. Because I don't think we want to run deeper without knowing what's there.
Here's the problem. It's the middle of the night. We do not want to go outside right now.
I don't want to be eaten either.
So we're going to
No.
run blindly through the cave?
No, we're going to very carefully walk down the hall and hopefully sneak by the wolfies because we don't know they're after us yet. We hear Wolfie, but it doesn't mean Wolfie hear us. I mean, I guess we could sit here and hope they don't hear us, but I don't know. Come on. Did you guys learn anything in class? Because I didn't. I wasn't paying attention. What do you do when Wolf goes howl?
As far as I know, you try and go the other way.
Well, there's no going the other way in here because we're kind of surrounded by walls, and our only exit is somewhat in the direction the house came from, obviously. So
And cold. Do
We
we
at
go
least-
further into the cave?
I don't know. I think we ought to stay here where we know it's at least like defensible. But if you're determined to move, then we ought to move together.
if we stay here, we need at least you to get ready to block the entrance. So only one or two can, if there are more, can attack us at one time.
I don't think we're going to find a spot in this cave that's going to be safer. So unless we're going on the attack, this is our best defense.
All right.
Yeah, I think we should stay here too. What do you think, Drathar?
I think this is fine. We just need to make sure we have the exit ready to be blocked.
Well, I
And
can
the
block
rest
the
of-
exit, but I mean, it's going to get colder and colder. That fire's not going to last much longer.
I've got
we
a
really
couple
should
more.
go back.
I got a couple more
somehow.
torches I can add to it
We aren't prepared.
to help.
This is like my college final exam, quarter one all over again.
Maybe if you didn't flirt with the professor so much, you would have been more ready.
I didn't flirt with the professor. I partied, but I didn't flirt with the professor.
How about we not fight right now and make more noise? Because I'm sure that'll alert whatever's out there.
You all deal with the fire, and I'll guard the Entrance.
I'll kind of stand back here and be ready to ambush anything that comes to give you support.
I've got heals ready for when you inevitably get stabbed by wolf claws.
I'm gonna pull out 2 more torches and put them on the fire.
We're all dead.
Hopefully keep us a little bit warm.
But
But
enough
if
of
we're
that.
going,
We have this under control. Have a little faith.
at least I have beer to end it. All right, let's do this. And she's gonna go ahead and grab a beer, and she's going to pop it open. All right, we can defeat these wolves.
Yes, liquid courage. Some of us aren't born with it. Maybe it's natural. Maybe it's beer.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Silence
So do we just
grips you.
chill here and freeze to death? What if the wolf doesn't come after us? At what point do we need to leave? What if the wolf
Wait,
is nice?
Calm down. When the sun comes back up and it starts to get warm, then we can make our way to the exit and maybe even go and get firewood or go back to the village or continue our hunt for the bombers. We're waiting for daylight.
Okay.
Daylight's not going to come for another 5 or 6 hours yet.
Can I just go back to sleep then? I always find that sleep makes time come quicker.
I always
And
find
I'm-
that staying alive is preferred.
Just because you hear a wolf doesn't mean the wolf is going to eat you. Wolves are naturally nice creatures as long as you don't piss them off. We're in the middle of a cave and a little like there's nothing here they want unless they're hungry because it's cold and there's not a lot of things to eat.
Bingo.
I'm looking at something I'm sure they'd love to eat right now.
All of us.
Yes.
I mean, one wolf only needs one meal. What if we give them the meal that we already found? Not each other. I wasn't insinuating one of you guys go. I just mean we have meat that we could use to just give it and move on with our lives. So let's just make sure we have the meat accessible and keep moving. If it's a wolf, wolves are smart creatures. They're gonna go for the easy meat instead of the us.
Do you want to test that theory?
I'm not good at waiting.
I need you all to give me a group stealth check.
A stealth check?
Mm-hmm.
16.
20.
15.
Did mine go?
I didn't see
Yeah,
any.
you got a 13.
I did. Okay, so mine's a 14.
Through your indecision, you end up just listening and waiting. Time seems like it stands still. You hear the sounds of wind howling. You feel those occasional drafts. You listen intently for any sound other than your own breathing. An hour passes, and you have heard nothing more.
like when you're a young kid and your parents like, hey, we're gonna play a game. The game's like, don't talk. And see, I was really, really bad at that game. My parents stopped playing it after a while when they realized they were always gonna win. And so I'm thinking, since the wolves also are playing this game, that I'm losing, I'm talking, and they're not here, so they're winning, which means
I'm ready to go out there and start scouting around just to get away.
Yeah.
please, I'm bored.
Anything to get away from Tika's whining at this point. I used to play that game with my children. They would never sit still and be quiet either. So,
You have children?
well, had, but that's a story for another time. Let's get out of here.
You make your way.
Can we get out of here?
It's up to you.
So Estee's gonna light her lantern and just start walking out of the cave.
Tika is going to be very quiet for once and follow after with the dredges of her torch that she had originally put out when she went to sleep. So she has probably just a little bit left on it.
So when they get to this like fork, Estee's gonna look over at Drathar and say, "Are we headed out or further into the caves?"
Depends. Do you guys want to see what's further in the cave? Or do you just want to leave? The bombers might be in here.
I think we ought to like find more. Are we gonna be staying warm enough while we're walking?
Yes.
I think it's too cold to go outside.
Yeah,
Let's
keep
stay here.
moving and stay together.
I have a question. Tika, you can do magic, right?
Yes.
What kind of spells do you have?
Oh. I could clean your clothes and
Sounds useful.
I know. I could send you a message.
I spelled nice
You're-
until what is this? And Estea realizes she has this pelt that's just like hanging over her shoulders. She doesn't know where it came from.
Oh yeah, I'll need that
just
back.
got to smelling good, and now this.
I'll need that back, thank you. Sorry.
Okay, we promise.
So Drathar may not smell, but he's still responsible for the smell. Let's just
He really
note
is.
that.
Would you
I
have
can
rather
help if you're
froze?
falling.
I appreciate it. It was very sweet.
And as she said, she can help make you smell better and clean you.
I can make you smell better. I can help if you're falling. I can heal you if you're injured. And if there's something around, I can probably identify it. And if you give me a drink, I'm really good at making sure it's safe.
Very useful.
So you have prestidigitation,
Mm-hmm.
and we all have water flasks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to warm
Wait.
up our water. That might help.
Ooh.
Okay. I've never done this before, but I can surely give him over. And she'll go ahead and, take him from all of you and look at him. Think about the fact that she's going to do this. Think really hard, and then, oh god, they're warm. Take him. Oh, that's hot. Didn't think about that. And she's gonna stuff it into like her furs after she hands them all off. Those are very warm. You should stay warm. Oh my goodness. Why did I think boiling? I should have thought hot, not boiling. Hot, not boiling. Ugh. Magic and I.
Now, if only we had a nice tea. Well, perhaps when we get back to town.
Yeah, perhaps. Or who knows? Maybe you'll find something further in the cave that you can make into a tea.
Excellent. Let's go. Poppy?
I'm coming.
But, let's just have Tika run front forward.
I'm letting you guys use your stealth check as you continue to move through the cave somewhat carefully. Definitely not quietly with Tika. But you make your way down to the fork.
Okay.
of where you entered the cave, and were able to kind of just in the distance see hints of an icy bridge.
I didn't think this was a good idea once upon a time, but I mean, I guess it's our only option. I guess it's time to hoof across.
So Esty is gonna like hold her lantern up over the bridge and try to see if it looks safe to walk across.
Sure, give me a survival check.
Dice are loaded. 22.
You see that it actually looks fairly thick for being an ice bridge.
Tika, go ahead and kind of tap it with her feet. Oh, this is a thick bridge. I think we're good.
She has feet.
Hoof.
This is a thick bridge. We good.
Guys, this is a thick bridge. I
Is
think
it
we
a
can
2C
cross
thick
her.
bridge or is it a 3C thick bridge?
This is a 3C, maybe even 4C thick bridge, and I
Whoa.
think we're gonna be able to hoof on across.
After you. You seem so eager.
How about we have you guys stay back here and either one of us or someone sneak up ahead and at least look around. That way, if there is trouble, we at least have the bridge.
Sneaking isn't my forte. I can make sure we're not being followed.
I can sneak across if need be.
I think that's a good choice.
So I'm not hoofing it across.
Not
So I'm
yet.
hearing-
Preferably, right now would probably be a good time for quiet.
Who's going across the bridge?
Drathar.
Drathar, as you kind of approach the bridge, beyond just that kind of initial perception, you see that the frozen lake is about 20 feet below you.
Ooh. Can I, before he goes too far, can I like call out to him? Drathar, just as a precaution, and that she's gonna toss him the end of a rope. We don't know if this bridge is gonna hold, so I'd just rather you not fall 20 feet down into an icy surface.
I'm not tying it around me, but I will hold on to the rope.
All right.
How long is the rope?
I think it's like 30 feet or something. I will look. It's 50 feet.
As I say, typically they're about 50 feet.
Yeah.
If it's the rope we had earlier, though, we did cut it because some of us cut our way out.
It's true. Does anyone have a non-cut apart rope?
I think I do. I'll give you. I hand over my rope.
All right. SJ tosses one end to Drathar and then grabs hold of the other end.
I'll grab it and I'll start sneaking across.
As you sneak across, you need to give me an acrobatics check or a dex check, whichever you prefer. It's all the same, but still.
Yeah, not necessarily the same. Uh, 11.
Drathar, as you're kind of sneaking across, the first couple steps you realize quickly that this is an ice bridge. It's slippery. There's no real sure footing here, aside from the fact that it's just kind of hewn away and flat on top. You realize that early enough to where you're able to manage and balance safely across the bridge.
How far? So the bridge is like what, 20, 30 feet across?
It's long, yeah. Each
Yeah.
box is 10 feet.
Oh, I thought each box was 5 for some
It's
reason.
10, it's long.
Okay.
All right. So we made
Draythar, is there something you can tie the rope off to? Maybe we can use it to, like, add some tension to this rope, and then we can just use it to walk across.
Yeah.
Although if she
look
said
to
that,
see.
it wouldn't be very stealthy anymore.
I will look to
Hey,
see if there's.
Draythar!
There's like 60 people.
You tie that rope off?
Well.
As you hear the slap of the feet of the vampire penguins.
And then all we see is their bright red eyes behind me.
Yeah.
I was gonna look for something to tie it off to, but now I don't want to.
Dang it.
Is there anything nearby for me to tie it off to?
Do you have any climbing gear?
I do. I have pinions and everything, but that would require me to hammer it in.
It would. But that would be how you could make it secure, because there's nothing to tie it off to.
I'm gonna put the rope down for a second, and I'm gonna kind of just look back at them and just kind of put my finger up to my mouth, as in quiet, and I'm gonna sneak up just a little bit further, and just to see what I can see inside here. You want me to do a stealth or a perception check?
As you approach the kind of opening at the end of this hallway, you look in and see what appears to be some type of campsite.
But there's no one there right now.
This cave is empty. There's a few bedrolls. Looks like some leftover wood that was part of a campfire. And a few loose pages strewn about on the ground.
I'm going to sneak over to the edge and just look up here. Seeing that it's a dead end, I'm going to go back and I'm going to just kind of yell loud enough. Not yell, but talk loud enough that I think they'll be able to hear. There's a youth camp over here. It looks like it's abandoned. There's really nothing else. It's a dead end. Do you want me to actually secure the rope?
Are there any
Yes.
supplies?
Yeah,
I
maybe
have
we
not-
can find supplies or find out if maybe it was the bombers that were staying here.
Okay. I will get out a couple pinions and my hammer, and I will start to try to secure the rope to the wall.
Does anyone on our side of the bridge have similar items, or am I stuck here holding the rope?
Peek at this point is already kind of running out of patience and has started crawling across slowly.
Hold on to the rope, Tika.
I don't have any of that type of stuff.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Tika, give me a dexterity save.
Dexterity, he got athletic. 7.
I'll give you advantage because you have a rope.
Yes, you're welcome.
Also, after she gets across, I'll loop one of the pinions in the rope just so it can slide back to Ezio.
Nice. What's your modifier at?
It's 11.
You kind of crawl across and feeling your just hoofs slip behind you as they do constantly. You almost feel at one time like you're going to fall off, but luckily you have the rope and you kind of hang on for dear beer strength life and make it across.
Sweet, I did it. Okay, we're good. While you guys figure out that stuff, she's gonna she heard camp supplies, hopes there's drinks, heads on over to see what's there.
So there's a pinion on Estia's side of the bridge now too?
Yeah, I would have looped one in the rope so it would slide down to you.
Gotcha. Okay, so Estia's gonna, she doesn't have a hammer or anything, but she has like a frying pan. She's like, just to slam it into the wall at about the same height. And she, as she does, she just say, you just gotta work with what you got.
Yep.
I love it. I love it so much. Stealth is totally gone at this point. Ting, 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 ting. Oh,
I love it. That's great.
So good. Oh, it's great.
All right, Poppy, you should go first.
Okay. Athletics, dexterity.
Yeah, athletics or dexterity. That's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Let's see here.
Can you guys hurry up? Apparently, she is going crazy in there.
Crazier?
Yes, crazier.
I got a 12.
Poppy, seeing as everyone's kind of struggled a little bit, you were able to kind of find different foot areas that seem to be a bit more sure and successfully made your way across.
Okay.
Then, as he's gonna follow the dice,
I'm gonna-
love me.
I'm gonna
Good.
look at Drathar and say I'm gonna head into the cave and make sure she's not wrecking the place.
Make sure she doesn't get into any of the booze, please.
Yes.
I don't see any booze. Is there booze? Perception check.
There is no booze.
Dang it! There's all these
STA
old
gets a-
papers.
A 19 athletics.
Perhaps we should see what's on the papers. They might be useful.
I guess.
I can try to see what's on there. Perception or what kind of roll do you want?
Read the papers?
Just read them. Yeah, just read them.
STA will hold up the lantern.
Okay.
Question is, do any of you know Dwarvish?
I might, actually.
No, I don't. I have Draconic, Elvish, and Common.
Yeah, Poppy, when you
Elven
look
and
at them,
common.
you just see kind of runes and you're like, there's nothing that I know.
Where would that be under features and traits?
Proficiencies
The
in
left side.
languages.
Yeah, on the left side.
Yeah, the left side.
Left side, bottom.
Oh, no. Great.
No, no one speaks Dwarvish?
I mean, I
Great.
feel like STA would have dealt with a lot of dwarves,
It's
but
not the same. It's not the same.
not proficient. Maybe she can read like a few of the words.
Drathar, can you read this?
I cannot.
Take them with us, and perhaps we can find someone to make sense of it.
Sounds good.
Poppy, can you hang on to the papers until we find someone that can possibly read them for us?
Of course.
Can we do a perception check to see if there's anything odd, magic-wise, or anything?
I'll just save you the time. There's nothing really special about this. It's just a campsite.
Okay.
You
Let's
can.
take
What's the
wood.
bed? What's
You
the
can-
bed made out of?
It's a bedroll. It's just a standard bedroll. There's a few
What's-
of them actually.
Is there extra wood here?
There
on
is
the
a
ground?
small pile of wood next to the fire that is not burnt.
STA is gonna go over and gather up some wood.
And the fire
Are you gonna-
itself appears to be cold but recent.
They were obviously here recentishly. They left their stuff. Nobody seems dead. Why would they leave their stuff? Where's the other way they could have gone? The only way they could have gone was the way we went, and then out. So they're out or they're in, but why would they go out without their stuff? I haven't read enough Sherlock Holmes for this.
Trathar, Give me a perception check real quick. Should have done this earlier, but we're going to do it now.
18.
Drathar, it's just kind of occurring to you that back on this side of the bridge, when you were putting in your climbing gear and securing it to the stone, that it seemed a bit odd to you that there was a piece out of the wall missing at kind of a lower corner of the bridge. Almost like there had been gear there before.
Does it look like it would have been like someone else had put a penny in there?
Yes.
What are you looking at, Drathar?
Was it lowered down almost like it could have been used to climb down to the frozen river?
Could have.
Well, it seems like how we used a pinion to secure our rope. It seems someone before us had one, but it's lower. It could have been used to get down to the frozen lake below.
Do you think that's a good fishing spot? I mean, it looks frozen, but is ice fishing a thing?
Yes, ice fishing is indeed a thing. In fact, the whole town we were in is pretty much built off of ice fishing. But I don't think this campsite belonged to the Bomber family. There was only one bedroll.
There were three bedrolls that you could see. Sorry.
Oh,
There's
there
only
were
one
three.
depicted in the
It could
image.
have belonged to the Bomber family since there were 3 bedrolls.
Then do you think they could have gone down below to go fishing?
Or they
Do you
came
think they could be
up
down there now?
from the river.
I don't know if that was a good idea to yell.
Does it like echo through the caves?
The sound echoes through the caves. And you just hear Bomber, Bomber, Bomber.
Rather's getting to the back of the cave.
Poppy's just like,
You fall silent. And you hear
Oh.
a return. Followed by
Found them! Oh.
what was that?
Tika, what have you done? Can we tell which way the sounds came from?
total echoes.
Well, we found the
Probably from
bombers.
north.
Found. You're using that word loosely. We heard someone call for help and an evil laugh to follow.
Yeah, I don't know if it was really that great of an idea to be yelling like that, Tika.
Imagine starting an avalanche that covers the entrances to the cave and we're trapped in here.
Never been in the ice. All I know is that if you need to find somebody, you yell their name and then you give them a beer when they arrive. I mean, how was I to expect we'd hear an evil laugh?
Whatever your common sense says, Tika,
Mm-hmm.
let's not do that.
You're probably right.
This sadly is not a tavern.
She's gonna put her hand on Tika's shoulder and be like, well, you get an A for effort.
That's going to be my first one.
And instead of wasting time, Drathar is going to reach down into his bag and pull out his rope. He's going to use a pinion just to make sure it's extra secure. And then he's just going to jump over the side with it and start lowering himself to the river below.
What are you doing?
I think he's gonna go check out the river below.
Well, but why? Shouldn't we be running out of the cave?
Somebody was crying for help. We've been through most of what this cave shows us. They could be down there.
Can we pick
We
up
found-
the extra? Can we pick up the extra bedrolls to take with us? Since there was 3 and there's 3 of us.
Yeah, I mean, sure as
Each
you
take an extra one.
4 of us, but
Well, but there was only 3 bread rolls and there's 3 of us still up here. Drathars
Oh,
are
okay.
gone.
yeah, I mean, I'll grab one.
Yeah.
Good idea. I grabbed some firewood.
use some hefty packs.
They said find the bedroll of the bombers.
I didn't
They
have
did
one
not
yet,
say
so-
save the bombers.
So you're gonna leave this cry for help, and we're just gonna abandon whoever it is that's calling for help?
We barely managed to defeat the harpies. I lost my knife.
Barely.
We only defeated one, and the other got scared, probably because it heard the wolves. But we would be eaten by wolves. What are you doing, Drathar? You are literally running right to danger.
Well, if you feel safer standing up here on your own, that's your choice. But I'm gonna go and find out who needs our help. And then Estia's gonna grab on the rope if Drathar's reached the bottom safely.
Yeah, have I reached the bottom?
And then she's gonna follow.
Drathar, you do. You descend 20 feet to the bottom, landing on what is it now, a frozen over river running through this cave.
I'm sorry, Tika. I'm going with them. I mean, we have to go figure out what that noise was.
Tika, you're braver than you think. She calls from 20 feet below on the icy river.
I've missed almost everything I've tried to do. I am the least amount of helpful.
We're stronger together.
Well, that's for sure. If I go alone, I'll die, she says, and then basically just like grabs the rope and slides down. This is my death tonight.
There might be booze at the end of this tunnel.
Don't lie to me.
I said might, not there was.
And Tika, you can heal, so you can do something.
Thanks. Hopefully we don't need it. We're gonna need it.
I hope
though.
we don't. I hope we don't need it either.
All right, what direction do we go to save this man who may not be a man? Aren't there things that can mimic people? We're so screwed. Let's go.
I'm just going to take a wild guess, but the strange response we got back, the evil laugh, sounded like one of the harpies that we fought earlier. Could be the one that escaped.
Maybe I could get my knife back.
Maybe.
There you go. Keep that thought in your head. Drathar, which direction you want to head?
Let's go north.
All right.
You continue
Did we tell
on.
it this river looks like pretty safe to walk on?
Oh, it's totally safe to walk on. Super solid.
Excellent.
Drathar, as you move ahead, winding through these areas, you come across an area that kind of opens up a little bit. And as you look across the icy expanse,
Oh my god.
you see vast openings. One apparently from the left, one straight ahead of you, and a smaller one up a cliff face about 20 feet is another opening.
Do we see the giant dead things in the ice?
As you make your way to the center of the room, you will become aware that there are skeletons of giants lodged in the ice.
This is a bad idea.
And you notice a faint light coming from the area straight ahead of you. Yes, where that ping was.
Oh
I'll start
my.
heading that way then.
Yep.
try to sneak that way, see where the light's coming from.
ST will follow about 5 feet behind.
I'm following as well. Come on, Tika.
Drathar, as you approach the edge of the icy river, through your dark vision, you see the figure of an old woman stirring a stew pot. And she stops a moment, grabs a man tied up next to her, and slits his throat. And we'll pick up there next time.
Oh, shit.
No way.
Let's
Well-
go.
I'm
Bomber
sorry for your
stew.
ears. I'm so sorry for your ears.
It actually
Wow.
it clipped out, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It cut it off, yeah.
Good. Because I was like trying to do the whole like cup it while also yelling. But yeah, Tika is bold.
Bold?
Bold. She's the one wanting to run.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like bold in terms of like doing things she shouldn't. She's not brave. I didn't say brave. She's bold. She like does stuff without thinking.
Impulsive?
Impulsive.
That sounds better.
Yeah, she's a little impulsive. She doesn't think.
Liquid courage.
She has a lot of that.
Stone Cold Steve
Oh my gosh.
Austin. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. This is gonna be creepy. I'm excited. That was a good one.
The sad part is that was another way to keep warm. Drink a little alcohol before you guys went to sleep.
Ooh, that was another way.
True. Hey, at
Warming
least
up-
that's
warming
making a
up
lit of fire.
the sax was a fantastic idea. Whose idea was that?
Good
Use
idea.
Drathar?
Yeah.
Do you have inspiration? Because if not, you get it, sir.
I
Wait,
will happily
for warming
take
up
it.
what?
The
For
bottles.
warming up
That
the
was
water
smart.
sacs. Also,
Oh,
Estia, for
yeah.
recognizing that you need a
Yeah.
fire and being creative in doing so, you also get some inspiration.
Ah, yay.
I almost burnt my fingers.
You did.
And I found Bomber.
For
But it's a
using
water
prestidigitation,
skin, by the way, not a
you
flask.
get to come back next week. I
Yeah,
love it so
Tika-
much.
It's okay. Tika can give me inspiration.
Yeah, I honestly this was great, guys. I'm excited to kind of one of the things I really was intrigued about by this entire campaign and module was the survival aspect. So having to incorporate some of these different pieces and having you solve problems creatively is huge. Like that water skin trick is
Yeah.
huge because that's something that is a cantrip that you can do all the time. It doesn't require any resources to do. It doesn't
that's not a
require
spell?
anything. It's just
No,
bam.
it's a cantrip.
Yep, it's just
Okay,
a cantrip.
cool.
So you can use it all the time.
So
You
I
could
still have
have-
3 spots.
Yeah, you could potentially keep everyone warm
Warm the entire time now.
the entire time that you're
we
not
have water.
exposed to the elements.
See, I was gonna say either the water or, but because we
Smart.
were on the move, I said water. Otherwise, I was gonna be like, let's give her all our cloaks, and they can be small enough because it's 1 cubic feet. Anything within a cubic feet, she can warm.
Yep.
So
That was really
warm our
smart.
cloaks, and then we can wear them, and they'll be warm cloaks.
Yeah,
Fresh out of the dryer. Look at that.
Ooh, yeah.
There we go.
that's honestly that is huge. That is so big to be able to do. It's great. I'm excited.
See, we need Tika.
Tika's not
Need the
useless.
Never thought she
He's-
was.
Seriously though, can you
Just
imagine
unhelpful.
carrying around all the firewood and running out of torches? Like that was great. I mean, I was worried for you all a little bit. He was like, what you gonna do? You're like, we're gonna burn some torches. I'm like, well, that's gonna last for a little bit.
I have
I'm just
torches.
Trying to survive one night, you know?
I have torches.
No, it's good. It's good. But it's cool that you guys learned early on that it's not that's a pinch solution. but you're going to have to come up with something a little bit more permanent if you're going to survive out
Yeah,
in the
we got
cold.
some firewood from that little campsite. It's good.
Yeah,
And the extra
great.
bedrolls. So that'll help.
That was nice. I didn't have a bedroll, so thank you. I don't have to sleep on a shield anymore.
Well, whoever just got his throat slit's not going to need it, so you're fine.
True.
There you go.
Not wrong.
Not wrong. Oh,
Yikes! What a ending.
what an ending indeed. But that is going to do it for us this week, fam. I hope you all have a
Yes.
fantastic rest of your evening. Thank you so much for hanging out if you're here with us live. If you're catching this on YouTube, please make sure you are liking this video. If you did enjoy it, subscribing to the channel for more amazing content and hitting the notification icon to remember to be here when we go live on Monday nights. Also, just a heads up, we are going to be moving all of our Dungeon Nytes content to be streamed both on YouTube and Twitch to the Dungeon Nytes channel. So wherever it is that you prefer to see that content streamed, you can do that. I encourage you to be there starting sometime early next year. We're going to have everything completely moved over to YouTube. So you'll be able to see us here Saturday nights and Monday nights for D&D. And anything else that we end up doing D&D related is going to be right here on the channel. So thank you guys so much for the support already. It's been fantastic. And yeah, just keep being awesome. Let us know, what's your favorite part? What would you use to keep warm in a survival situation? Because damn it, I want to know now. Those are some creative ish right there. All right.
Yeah.
But that's it for us this time. We will catch you guys next week. Love your faces. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye now.